Tommy Angelo is my favorite protagonist in the Mafia series because I really see him as a family man through and through. I understand that when you choose the mob life, there's very little you can do when it comes to choosing the jobs and the tasks you have to do or the things you're assigned. But I also understand that you really need to be ruthless and tactical about what you do and the things that you don't. And something that I always noticed in Tommy was that he carried a lot of guilt when he did something that he knew was wrong. He had a conscience on him that really didn't let him forget the stuff that he was doing. This kept him very human in my eyes, despite all of the things that he did that were terrible or that were bad, or when he murdered someone. He wanted respect and power, but he never really consumed them like it did many of his colleagues. No matter what, Tommy always fought with himself and questioned all of the things that he did. And one of the main characteristics from Tommy Angelo to me was something very noble. He was a loyal man. And I'm not saying that other protagonists like Vito or Lincoln weren't, but I really felt it in Tommy more than I did Vito or Lincoln. Tommy ends up falling in love with a woman named Sarah Marino, a very beautiful woman, by the way, but after that he never looked back and he maintained himself loyal to her, and when the time came to make a decision, he chose to be with her and give up everything for a family. And to me, it just felt like Tommy was a man who wanted to be better. He wasn't good or bad, he was just one looking to improve, and this led to him losing faith in the Mafia and in Don Salieri, his boss. He realized that they were keeping many things from him, lying to him, and just not trusting him as much as they used to. And I think this showed how quickly things can change, even in the Mafia or even with people that you think you can trust. If something isn't going right, it changes in an instant. And Tommy felt there was more for him out there in the world. And as we know, things take a very bad turn when Tommy's friend Paulie suggests a bank robbery to Sam and himself, behind the Don's back. However, the bank robbery was a success, but Paulie ends up killed the next day, Sam being the one who pulls the trigger. Tommy tracks Sam down and kills him for revenge for his good friend Paulie, another trait showing his loyalty to doing the right thing, sort of. Anyways, this act of betrayal led Tommy to turn on the family and testify in court on the Salieri family dealings. For this, he received 8 years in prison, and then after his bid was completed, he moved to the East Coast along with Sarah and new identities. Tommy got out of the life. He and his wife had 2 kids, and he walked his daughter down the aisle. However, you can't run forever from your past, especially one as murky and crazy as Tommy's. Sometime after 1951, Vito and Joe, other members of the Mafia, found Tommy and killed him in his lawn on orders from Don Salieri. In the end, Tommy lived a long and fulfilled life, and he came to terms with his death. Tommy's real family is all he ever really cared about, and in my eyes, that makes him a legend to his family and also a great man. After all, I'm sure that life never truly leaves you behind. But my main point to this video was that Tommy Angelo is a character that I think deserves more respect, is a character that deserves to be dove into head first and get to know him and get to understand how he is and get to know all of the little details like you would someone like Joe from The Last of Us, someone like Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, someone like Kratos from God of War. You have to dive deep into some of these characters, and I think with this remake of Mafia 1, it truly opens your eyes to a new character, a wonderful character in Tommy Angelo, a character that reminded me a lot of some of the best mob movies ever created, with A Bronx Tale, with The Godfather, with The Goodfellas. There's so much out there if you're into those types of movies and into those types of characters. There's a lot of that in Tommy Angelo, and there's a lot of that in this game. And honestly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Tommy Angelo because I felt he deserves a little bit more respect, and he deserves to be talked about because no one ever really talks about Tommy Angelo. And I think he overtook Vito Scaletta as the best Mafia protagonist of all time and one of the greatest protagonists I have ever played with. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.